Welcome viewers to this online series on marketing in the never normal, where we interview industry experts as well as academia to understand their thinking process and insights which they may have on how it is that the roles of sales and marketing are changing in this never normal. Today, we have with us Mr. Atul Mehta, who is the Senior Vice President and Head of Sales for Razorpay, a leading payments gateway in India. Welcome, Atul, and thank you for your time.
Thanks for having me here, Karthik. Thanks. Looking forward to the talk.
So, Atul, what are the primary challenges in the market that you have faced during the current pandemic situation, and which of those challenges you think will probably continue for Razorpay in the short term as well?
Okay, so Karthik, I'll divide this into two parts. One is what's happening in the macro business environment outside Razorpay. There's an industry sector slowdown. Sectors like travel, hospitality, food tech, etc., are witnessing slowdown. Some of them actually stopped working. So in those sectors, we are actually seeing smaller or even somewhere zero volumes also. Uh, but what has worked for Reserve is that today we are exposed across the sectors. You talk of insurance, you talk of mutual funds, you talk of travel, hospitality, food tech, etc. You talk about the lending business, you talk about education, you talk about the government sector, bill payment, DMTs. So we have the leading players across all the sectors as our clients. So
Mm-hmm.
therefore, it is, I would say, we are more like a Sensex of this. So where even if two, three stocks go down, the other stocks are still maintaining, helping us stay afloat. So overall, yes, there is a dip in the volumes, but it's not as if we've been severely hit by the volumes or by the business. And also because of our if you would know that we've diversified our offerings into the neo banking platform, the Razorpay X, that is.
Mm-hmm.
So there also we are actually seeing a demand from people for those services where they want to use us for disbursement, where they want to. For example, initially people used to talk about check handling. So they say you should have a check handling solution. Now they're saying you should give me. So we have a product called Smart Collect where we can automate your NEFT RTGS collections. So
Mm-hmm.
instead of somebody writing a check and somebody going to pick that check, you can use our Smart Collect services.
Mm-hmm.
Similarly, there are small businesses who don't have a website or an app, so we have payment pages for them. There's somebody who wants to send a payment link. We have the ePOS service for them. So you can I mean I'll being in sales, I can't stay away from pitching the product, but I'll rather not pitch my products during the course of this talk. I'll leave it for people to go and read about. We have more than enough literature available on the products that we are doing. Coming back to your question of what are the primary challenges that you face and which ones you see continuing. So we actually see this sustained, I will say, slowdown in the travel and hospitality sector. In fact, I've been talking to my friends, who are the leaders across the leading players like say Indigo, SpiceJet, GoIBbo, Make My Trip, Yatra, etc. So they've been telling me that the sector is actually prepared for a slowdown. Just to give you a small data point, India today has 650 airplanes, passenger airplanes, that is. Okay. So with primarily being Indigo has 260, I think. Vistara, SpiceJet have 100 odd each, and then you you talk of Go Air, Air Asia, etc. And the travel industry, they feel that the best case scenario is 350 planes will be flying by March next
Mm-hmm.
year. So that means 300 will still be grounded.
Mm-hmm.
And every minute of the plane being grounded takes its toll on the company.
Yeah.
So this will hit those sectors. It will also impact Razorpay. But as I said, since we have exposure across the sectors, there are sectors who are performing pretty well. And as I said, people are looking at new ways to digitize their payments as well as their disbursements. So we're pretty well shaped up for that.
Okay. That was an interesting analogy where you said you're like the Sensex for payment gateways. You have a portfolio of solutions which are there, so that if one goes down, the other things which can take care of that. So,
Yeah.
in this current situation, so how is Razorpay able to maintain and strengthen its competitive advantage?
So there are two ways. There's a acronym I use. The company is all about a PPT. It's about the people, process, and technology.
Nice.
So technology can be outsourced, processes can be set. It's all about people in the end. And we at Razorpay, I personally and it's Razorpay also, we invest in PPF. PPF is putting people first. Okay, so for us it's people, people, and always people. So what we are doing is we on the technology front, we are launching new products like ePOS. We are strengthening our offerings in products like payment pages, payment links, etc. We are also, working a lot on the current account platform, the neo banking platform, Razorpay X that I said. One thing that the leadership has done is that we've actually clearly told people that we are pretty well. We have a pretty comfortable runway, and we don't see ourselves lacking funds to operate at scale in the next 12 to 14 months.
Okay.
So that has given a very big comfort to the people. So because right now, uh, every time there was this job security thing, but right now it's more than ever before.
Yes.
So and if you feel that Razorpay is for me and my leadership and my teammates are for me, then it gives you that extra comfort.
True. True. So, what advice would you give to your peers or other, budding sales and marketing professionals on how they could manage their sales and marketing challenges, considering the pandemic situation is created?
As I said, for me, investing in PPF has been the mantra always.
Okay.
Put people first, and in a team as a together, everyone achieves more.
Great. Great.
So stay together. And another one that I use is, why do you come to office? I come because I work for my CTC. CTC is not cost to company. I'm not. So we announced that there will not be any job cuts or layoffs, and instead we are actually doing appraisals as we speak.
Okay.
So this is something which is keeping people motivated. And so we've actually extended a small, remote working alliance. They just went gungo about it. They said this is something which tells us that the organization is here for us. That
Absolutely.
is what I will advise everyone. Be it the leaders or be it even the team members, just be together. And you know, as I say, the bad thing about the good times is that they don't last forever, and that this exactly is the good thing about the bad times. They also don't last forever.
Great.
So if
Great.
it has come, it shall pass away.
So, but from a sales and marketing standpoint, is there any tips that you would like to share, or any new insights
Yeah,
that you've developed?
yeah. So what we have done is we've actually tried to bucketize our clients into three or four cohorts. Okay,
Mhm.
one is who are our existing clients and whose business continues as usual.
Hmm.
So for them, it is nothing changes. Just make sure that they you keep maintaining the connect with them and you continue doing the support. The second cohort is the people for whom they are not doing business now and maybe they are sitting home or something. Engage with them, pitch new products to them, pitch your ideas to them, so that they are prepared to take you on board as soon as it's BAU.
Hmm.
Within these also there are two micro buckets. One who can have access technology from one who cannot access technology. So I'll not go into naming folks.
Sure.
I'll just give the buckets. So if they can access technology from them, it's a good time to integrate them. If they cannot access technology, even then it's good to share documentation with them so that they can read. Uh, so what what you are trying to do here is that there are factors which are beyond my control. For example, I cannot control this pandemic and I cannot look at the cure of this.
Hmm.
But what I'm trying to do is I am trying to ensure that I hit the ground running as soon as it's BAU.
Hmm.
And also, what this does is this creates a lot of positivity, uh, and helps keeps people engaged.
Great, great. Uh, so you mentioned that there was a lot of inspiration from leadership within itself, the way they've handled this entire situation, and that's kept the employees motivated. Uh, uh, in addition to that, is there any inspiring initiative by any other organization or any other CXO that you've come across in the way they've handled these challenges and they've inspired you with their leadership style?
Yeah, so I've been talking to a lot of industry folks, So as I said earlier, we are like the Sensex. So almost all the sectors, all the folks are our clients, and many of them are friends also.
Mm-hmm.
Many, in fact, most of them. So I do keep. So I normally will spend my Saturday or Sunday like this. Although the lines have blurred now between a weekday and a weekend,
Yeah, I
but
can
still,
totally.
yeah, but still, I'll just pick up the phone and talk to them, just an agendaless call, like how's work going, how's the lockdown shaping up in your sector and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So I've heard some very interesting nuggets. For us, it's always about razors first, our razors and our people come first, second, and third always. Okay, and don't worry about the business profit and loss. First, think about the people. So another thing that I personally am doing is we have a small group where we working together collecting funds from friends and family, and we are distributing ration and cooked meals to at around 10 locations across the country.
Very nice. Mm-hmm.
So I mean, four of them are in Delhi itself. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so the Shaheen Bagh thing, which came into a lot of controversy. So we have a very good friend there, Khalid Bhai. Khalid Bhai has been, we've been distributing blankets for 15 years. Khalid Bhai has been working with us for the last 10 years now.
Mm-hmm.
So Khalid Bhai has set up a kitchen there. We take care of the rations. And similarly, we're doing something in Nashik also, Ahmedabad, Faridabad, Gurgaon. So that is one thing which keeps the positivity flowing.
Mm-hmm.
And one very interesting thing we did was we distributed Coke in charity. Okay, so it sounds like initially I laughed it off. One of my friends is the business head of the bottling plant of Coke here in Gurgaon. So he said that I can, as a part of the CSR initiative, I can actually give Coke. I said, yeah, Coke kaun karta hai charity mein? He's like, why not? I said, yeah, that's a good idea. So along with the food packets, the ration packets, we distributed Coke, Fanta, Limca, etc. And it was a party for those guys. You should have seen the smile on the faces of the kids when they saw Coke, Fanta, Limca. So one of my very good friends, Nagendra, has this Kaushalya Foundation running.
Mm-hmm.
Kaushalya Foundation is our partner in this initiative. Okay. So we do have a call with them almost every day or every other day. And this is something that keeps you positively motivated during this time.
That's really nice. And any book that you recently read during these times, or you would recommend for people, during these times that could help them build resilience or motivate?
Book I would in fact recommend three of my all-time favorites.
Mm-hmm.
First is the Trillion Dollar Coach.
Mm-hmm.
This is about Bill Campbell, who was the coach to almost every big leader that you can think of.
Mm-hmm.
And this book is written by Alan Eagle and Eric Schmidt. The second book that I would recommend reading is My Gita by Devdutt Patnaik. That is the second book. The third book, and this has been my favorite now for what? More than 10, 12 years. So, The Winning Way by Harsha Bhogle and Anita Bhogle. So, this is one book which, especially everyone who follows cricket, would love to, would straight away derive inspiration, because the way Harsha and Anita, like they, bring out those cricketing stories into real life. These three books, and there are tons of books actually,
I'm sure.
but if you asked me to pick one and I gave you three.
Yeah, you gave me three. So I had a very interesting conversation with you, Atul, and especially I think few of the terminologies have got new definitions of CTC, PPF, and that's very interesting to see that people are the core of everything, be it within the
Yeah,
organization,
yeah, 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 yeah.
how you
I
impact
mean,
as
that
a
that
community.
is something that I don't think anyone will ever doubt. But there are times when people forget about this whole thing. You start looking at numbers. So
Yes,
in fact, what I always say is, what is more important than being a good sales leader, a good business leader, is being a good human being. And
yes,
if you have to be a good human being, you have to. Your title makes you a leader. So your title makes you a manager. Your people make you a leader.
true, true.
So you should be a leader who, there are leaders who people are forced to work with, who people are paid to work with. You
True,
should be a leader who people want to work with.
true, true, true.
So that is something that you should try to imbibe in your day-to-day life also. Other than office to chalta rahega yaar.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's a very key takeaway for all the viewers of today's show, where it's titles that make managers and people who make leaders. So I think in these times and in the never normal that we're going to operate in, I'm sure these insights from you will be very useful for all the viewers of the show. Thank you once again for your time, and
Thank you, Karthik.
looking forward to getting more insights from you in the near future as well. Thank you.
Anytime, Karthik, anytime. Thank you.